coming to the corner.
It's a good look, it's a bump of the gloves, and this is it. It's the main event. It's live from Dubai. Enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen, as you get ready for the final fight of the night. It is coming to you live from Dubai. Sit back, enjoy.
You saw the black and gold colors being worn by Carl Frampton. Similar to the exact belt line, that elastic band with the lettering, that, as he noted in the days leading up to this fight, to honor the first trunks that he wore, his pro debut back in 2009. And Dre, in many ways, that is how much weight, how much thought Frampton is putting on this fight. That it is all about legacy, all about the final brick in what has been a magnificent architectural career to be a three-division world champion.
Well, as it should be. Detail should be paid to a fighter's career, and even something as simple as trunks, especially when you're trying to make history, when you're fighting for more than just money and status, but to have your name remembered forever. That's a different type of preparation that you have, a different mindset, and a different level of detail.
Talk about Frampton's experience, but note that it's Herring who is the older fighter in terms of age, not necessarily on the odometer, but in age. He's 35, Frampton 34, Tim.
Yeah, he is the older fighter, but, you know, Herring is the more gifted, I would say, in a sense, as far as arm reach, height. He is the naturally bigger man in this matchup, and he's walking down Frampton in this round. Beautiful left hand landed by him.
He has all the physical gifts as a 5'10" junior lightweight. 5'5" is Frampton. 72-inch reach for Herring, 65 for Frampton, as he sends that left hand a little low and gets the warning from Di Giovanni. Giustino Di Giovanni is a veteran Italian referee from Abruzzo, Italy. He has refereed many WBO fights internationally. There have been a Mick Conlon fight in recent years. Steady work with the jab will be key for Herring today.
That's the fight right there that Frampton needs, and that's the fight he should want. Inside, roughing up the taller, longer-armed fighter in Jamel Herring and making it ugly. Jamel may want us to have not seen what we saw in the Akendo fight, but if you're Carl Frampton, you got to let him know, I saw the fight and I saw you uncomfortable, and I want to bring you back to that place.
Yeah, but you hear Bomac in the corner screaming like, hey, rough him up in there, rough him up in there, get physical in the inside with Frampton. That's something that we haven't heard from Bomac before in previous fights with Jamel Herring.
But to your point, I think they worked on it, Timmy. I think they worked on it in camp.
Yes, sir.
Trust me, in this setting, you're going to hear plenty of Bomac. They are in a fanless atmosphere called the Rotundo. It's basically a giant igloo-like dome structure built on the backgrounds of Caesar's Palace Blue Waters. Right.
Little cupping shot right there from Frampton. That's
7. Let's check in with Mark Kriegel. Mark?
Dre is correct. They have, in fact, prepared for it. I spoke to Red Spikes and Bomac this week in Jamel's corner. We're going to be bullying him on the inside. We're going to be sure of that.
Red Spikes, Saul Dieguez, and Brian Bomac McIntyre. That is the team in the corner of Jamel Herring, the team that is always by the side of pound-for-pound elite welterweight champion Bud Crawford.
I love the game plan right now from Herring. Herring beautifully throwing a check hook. Anytime Frampton try to step in behind the jab to throw the right hand, he checks with the right hook.
It's a natural punch for Jamel Herring.
You see the pawing of Frampton with the jab. He's trying to inch close. He's trying to gauge his range. and where he can have an opportunity to hit Herring. But Herring's doing something very smart right now. He's jabbing, flicking the jab out there, keeping him honest, keeping him thinking, and not allowing him to get close.
That time he was able to get close and land a right hand.
But you see where it landed, Tess, it landed down to the body. That's what he needs to do. Forget about the head, go down to the body of Herring.
There's a left hand to the body from Herring.
Herring is doing the right thing. The onus is on Frampton to get inside. So Herring just needs to stand his ground, be smart. Don't give Frampton a clean shot, but when Frampton commits, let your hands go, just like Jamel Herring is doing.
See, I like the head placement right there in the inside from both men. They're getting the head off to the side, off to the shoulders. You know, that would help with the headbutts or the head clashes. When you have a southpaw and an orthodox fighter, usually you'll get some head clashes because the power hands line up on the same side.
You know, it's fascinating with this intimate atmosphere there in Dubai, where you only have select media, officials and administrators, and then the very, very vocal corners of Jamel and Bomac, how you hear every instruction. There's the left hand up top from Herring. Right hook, that southpaw stance as well, as Frampton tries to close the gap, and Herring is filling it.
No square.
Good left hand to the body for Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring doesn't get a lot of credit for being as good of a body puncher as he is.
It's a nice start for the American. WBO champ Jamel Herring. The left hand from Jamel Herring. For 2 rounds, he has a 19-9 connect advantage. He has thrown 19 more punches as well. Mark Kriegel reported earlier that the winner that we have tonight will have a potential mandate from the WBO to meet up with Shakur Stevenson. There's the left hand again to open up round number 3 from Herring.
Yeah, things are coming easy for Jamel Herring right now. He needs to remain focused. That should be the message in the corner. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't go to sleep, because you know a fighter like Frampton is going to keep trying to press the pace as the rounds go on.
Yeah, but the problem that Frampton is making, he's not coming in behind the jab, and he's head hunting. He needs to continue to go down to the body like he's doing, change levels. I see a right hand available for Frampton. Not right now, but later in the fight. You know, later in the fight, Herring sometimes falls asleep at the wheel, and he'll be able to land that shot. Keep an eye on the left hand of Herring as it keeps continually dropping as he's moving.
That's the pace that Frampton needs to fight at. He needs to come out of his comfort zone and press the issue. He needs to get his heart rate up, and he needs to get Jamel Herring's heart rate up, because that's when he's going to land shots. And he may, and I'm talking Carl Frampton, may have to eat a punch or two to get inside, but that's, you know, a risk he's going to have to take.
Yeah, Dre, I hear you on that, because Herring, what he's doing is he's countering. You know, as soon as Frampton does something, he comes in behind with his offense.
Here, Bomac saying go back
Carl
to the
Frampton
jab.
can't win a boxing match. Yeah, he's got to win a firefight.
Oh, but he's going to eat a lot of shots on the way in. The uppercut, the check hook right there, and also the straight left from Jamel Herring.
Size difference is so pronounced. Showing that check hook every time Frampton is tempted to cross that line.
Nice shot right there.
Lauren Herring.
That's it right there. That's what Frampton needs to do.
Frampton's having success here in the final minute of round 3.
That right hand down to the body's working for Frampton.
End of round 3, our World Championship fight between Herring, looking to defend against Carl. Would welcome any mega fight to unify at 130 pounds, but the winner today against Shakur Stevenson seems like it could be likely halfway through or towards the fall of this calendar year. A 25-13 connect advantage for Jamel Herring as we begin round number 4.
I think I see blood coming out of the right eye of Jamel Herring.
That was the concern back in September. That's how the fight ended against Jonathan Akendo. There's a left uppercut as Frampton tried to go in through the front door. And now he gets to the inside against Herring. And that's exactly where he wants to be. He's had some success with the right to the body there. As Herring's covering up, Rarely sending off that southpaw jab, and we will monitor that right eye.
Don't get too greedy. Come on.
It's not just the place that he wants to be, Tess. That's the place he has to be. He cannot win a boxing match with Jamel Herring. He just can't. And I think we've seen that in the first 3 rounds. He's got to win a firefight, try to draw Jamel into this kind of fight, and hope that he can start to wear Jamel down or possibly catch him with a shot.
Listen, gentlemen, this is where the fight is. The fight just started right now. The fight just started because that cut, you can see what it's doing to Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring now is stepping up his tempo as well. He's fighting back as well. He's not folding. He's not gonna let off the gas. He's gonna continue to fight his fight right now. And I was curious to see what he was gonna do if he got cut. And I like what I'm seeing from Jamel Herring.
So blood around the right eye of Jamel Herring. That is how his last fight ended, with a questionable finish. The 8th round, cut happened in the 5th, but in the 8th round, ruled a disqualification as the fight was stopped because it was caused by an intentional foul that night against Jonathan Akendo. Said it was an intentional headbutt. They penalized Akendo 1 point in round 5. 3 rounds later, it was over. Has to be active with that jab. Frampton, seeing if he can place that right hand to the body again and close the distance. So red spikes will have to try to fix that cut on the right eye of Jamel Herring. Further to the outside, but when that cut widened out, it's very similar to where the cut is with what he's dealing with right now in Dubai tonight. Steady work early by Herring, has it 3 rounds to 1 for Jamel Herring, according to Dre's scorecard. But Tim, I thought you were spot on in that 4th round when you said the fight begins now.
Sure does, Tess. And you saw Frampton being infuriated, by seeing that blood. He's getting more aggressive. He had a little bit more success in that last round, and he scored, and Dre scored that round for him. Round 4 for Frampton.
And look at where the fight is being fought now compared to what we saw in rounds 1 and 2. 5'5", Carl Frampton able to get to the inside against Herring. Short chopping left hand from Frampton.
Test, the left hook is the money punch right now. It's not the right hand. You want to continue to swing towards that eye. You have to understand that Herring is having a hard time seeing out of his right eye.
Dre, moments ago was a good right hand off the hip from Carl Frampton that went up against that right eye of Herring.
Yeah, he just needs to not focus on a good shot.
Catches him. Knockdown scored here in round number 5, Jamel Herring. Frampton was gaining confidence coming through the front door, and Herring timed it and put him down.
That's exactly what happens, Tess. You get, overconfident, you start having success, and you disregard defense and just walk straight in. And Herring just met him with a beautiful straight left hand down the middle.
Walked right into it.
Dre, how does Frampton look to you?
He hurt.
He's trying to get his head together right now. He's hurt, and Jamel's doing the right thing. He's stalking Frampton without going crazy, but he's checking his temperature. He's touching him. Okay, how do you look? Okay, how hurt are you? And now you see Frampton slowly starting to get his wits about him, so he's starting to throw a few more punches. But overall, this fight has been all Jamel Herring.
Nice body shot right there. Sneak shot by Jamel Herring. Straight left down to the body. You can see Frampton didn't like it at all.
Not at all. This is the best way. Exactly, and this is the best way to answer your critics, is what Jamel Herring is doing. He finds himself in the same position or similar position as he was his last fight, cut over the same eye, but he's got a different response tonight.
No doubt about it.
What a big round for the American, the champion, Jamel Herring.
Both guys are battling inside. Good inside work from the longer arm fighter, Jamel Herring. He's a good, have some success, but everything that he does, Jamel Herring does better, just like that straight left right there. He just turned it over. Carl Frampton reached.
5. A 5th round that saw Jamel Herring land 10 of 31 power shots.
Gentlemen, Jamel Herring just looks very sure of himself. Everything he's doing in there is very calculated. He's taking risks at times, but he's just being very, very smart with his offense.
And isn't it interesting, Tim and Andre, that we talk so much about the headspace, the mindset of Jamel Herring, a guy who's been through the toughest of tough circumstances in life. Back in the Middle East, where he's fighting right now, where he faced war, where he saw death and destruction, where he's overcome personal tragedy, and then all the harsh criticism that he faced back in September, which can be a great motivator. And here he is in Dubai, looking as sharp as could be, facing similar adversity that he crumbled under in September, a cut right eye.
Yeah, it may be that adversity that has him a little bit sharper than
puts him down again. What a great shot by Herring. Second knockdown scored. Jamel Herring looking as good as we've ever seen him. Halfway through round 6, and he wants to finish with a bang against Frampton. Frampton doesn't look good at all. Herring in complete control, trying to close the show. Another uppercut. Frampton stood up to it for the moment. He's on wobbly legs, backing him up. It's a big shot, and it's over. It is over. Jamel Herring has done it. A sensational victory in Dubai for the American. An absolute stunner. Frampton, the title challenger, was a slight favorite. Herring